Good morning, everyone. Give me just a few seconds. Just a few seconds. Let me. Good morning, everyone. We are coming live via Facebook streaming, live via YouTube streaming, and also via Skype. Watching thoughts is benediction, but this is one of the most difficult things. When you are watching thoughts, you get involved into it. But watching thoughts is benediction as well if you do not get involved into it. You are watching a television show. The screen keeps on bringing the various images, various messages. That is the way the mind works. A particular scene comes. The scene does not stay on the screen for more than a few seconds. Comes and goes back like a train moving with a high speed. And all the things, the houses, the plants, the rivers along the road, along the train line, appears to be moving at a fast speed. That is the nature of the thoughts. But we can remain stuck with one thought and do not move. The screen is moving, but you are not moving. You have become stationary. You have become stagnant with that particular thought. That is where the watching the thoughts becomes a problem. But if you start moving just as a train moving for a few seconds, a thought comes in, you enjoy it, and then next thought comes in, you enjoy that thought. Then watching the thoughts becomes benediction, and it's tremendous joy watching your own thoughts. Just watch and see the association of thoughts. Thoughts comes linked into one another. We had a dog, white color dog at home. There was a television show was going on. My daughter was a small child, maybe 5 years of age. She never did anything for dogs, but she was very much attached to the dogs. She saw on the screen on the show there was a white dog, the same color. And then that dog dies on the screen. My daughter began to cry because that was something going on which is not there in reality. This is a show going on. She get stuck at that particular point. Not moving from there, we had to convince her for a long time. It took a longer time to convince her, bring her out, bring the dog inside, that nothing has happened to our dogs. But the impression that remains there keep on bothering her. Such is the nature. When you are not aware, you take a particular part of this thing. A novel, the story is written, is spread over the entire, all the pages of the novel, all the pages of the book. Taking a particular paragraph is a part of the novel, but it is not the whole novel. Life is a continuous novel, a journey, where each moment as you move forward, you write something. But do not get stuck to the particular scene. Maybe sometimes you are watching a movie, a particular song appeals to you. What actually happens at that time when a particular thought comes in, it triggers something in you. A particular circumstance and situation comes, it triggers something deep, it stirs something deep within you. And that's where the problem comes in. A particular circumstance and situation comes, something gets triggered off and you get stuck, got into the hole and you are not able to come out. Then watching the thoughts becomes a great, biggest problem. God, the existence keeps on giving you the opportunities every moment. Triggers certain things so that you can come out of that situation. But no, we do not understand that. We start blaming the other, because of you this has happened. Not that a particular word, particular circumstance, particular situation has come into you, triggered something in you to go deep into the wounds that you have been carrying on for a long period of time. No, it does not happen that way. That's where everybody gets stuck. The moment you realize and thank the other that you have given me an opportunity to look deep within me, that's it. You can come out of that situation right away. Does not take long. Just very understanding that existence is very wise. It never does anything wrong or right. Masters are the part of the existence. They are existence. They knowingly or unknowingly triggered something. Take a piece of stone, throw in the tranquil water of the river. Ripples arise. They keep on coming to the surface. You get swayed away by this. Sometimes by the beauty, sometimes by the fear, sometimes by this or that, and so you are gone. If you enjoy the movement of the waves, the ripples that are arising on the surface of the ocean, surface of the water, as they approach to the shore, strike the shore and goes back, recedes and disappears. Just as it reaches to the shore and then recedes back immediately. And as soon as it recedes back, and sometimes they dissolve right there reaching to the shore. They do not reach to the shore even. Sometimes they reach the shore, but they dissolve right there, vanish, dissolve. There is a tremendous beauty when you start watching your thought process. Very important when you start watching your thought process. Just see the nuance of the thoughts, how they take turn. How one thought leads to another, how they get hooked with one another. There is a tremendous beauty in that if you can enjoy the thoughts arising in you. Nothing more beneficial, nothing more fulfilling is when you start watching your thoughts. Nothing really. Start enjoying the thought process, the nuances. Just see the nuances of the thoughts. Just see the nuances of the thoughts, how they take a turn, how they move from one, leads from one thing to another, how they get hooked on to each other. It is really a miracle to watch the thoughts. It takes tremendous courage to watch your own thoughts. The moment you start watching your thoughts, you don't need anybody else. You don't need any other technique to dissolve into yourself, to dissolve into your being. But know that nobody can do it. Because of our ego, because of our ignorance, we keep on blaming that this one is doing that to me. That one is insulting me, this one is doing that, and I have done this and that. All this is a function of ego and nothing else. It is really a miracle to watch thoughts. Just a small thought can take you to the farthest end. Just a simple thought can take you to the farthest end, and if you look, you do not see the connection in it. A dog starts barking and your thought process is triggered off. I say something, a thought process is triggered off in you. A dog is forgotten and you remember a friend who had a beautiful dog or something else. If you are trying to meditate or have an important conversation and so on and so forth. Now you are off, then the friend is forgotten. You remember the friend's wife who was beautiful, so on and so forth, and then other women, there is no end, nobody knows, and it all started with the dog barking. A single word is spoken, a simple statement, and look what happens. You go on crying, you do on this and that, and so just watch and see the association of thoughts. How thoughts are linked, chained with one another, and enjoy. The moment you learn to enjoy it, let it be a game. Let it be a game played deliberately and you will be surprised. Sometimes just enjoying it, you will find those beautiful pauses I have talked about. Suddenly you will find that the dog is barking and nothing is arising in your mind. But no, you consider yourself to be intelligent. You start lamenting that I have done all this and this is what I am getting in return. No thankfulness. A mere thankful word is nothing else, means nothing. So what do you want? Thankfulness cannot be repaid in anything. You go on, play it deliberately, and you will be surprised. Sometimes just enjoying it, you will find those beautiful pauses I have always talked about. Suddenly you will find the dog is barking and nothing is arising in your mind. On my compound there is a dog. The very nature of the dogs is to bark. Any little noise, any little knock, and the dog starts barking. When the dog is barking, the sound comes in and it gets recorded. I could get myself upset by that. I am meditating, the dog is barking. How does the dog know that you are barking or not barking? You are intelligent enough, you are trying to learn to meditate. You are intelligent, not the dog. When I was growing up and there used to be meditation sessions and the spiritual gathering at the shrine of my grandfather. So the families will come from different places, their children and everyone, and they are meeting once in a year. So all of them are very friendly, children are making noise, and I was given the responsibility of taking care of the children and keep them away from the meditation center. But I used to make them more noise. Go on and make more noise. So one day somebody said, "You don't understand, we are meditating." I said, "We are meditating and you are encouraging the children instead of asking them to quiet." And there were people who doing the 100-meter race. A child running, take 100-meter, "Oh, go that side. We are meditating." What this nonsense is all about? If you are meditating, you will forget about all that. Nothing will bother you at that time if you are really understood the essence of meditation. Nothing should bother you. Why do mosquitoes, what does mosquitoes has to do anything with your meditation? Dog has nothing to do with your meditation. Dog does not know that you are meditating or not. But if you are meditating, really meditation has happened, and dogs barking will not bother you. Mosquitoes humming will not bother you. So I said, you are telling me to keep these children quiet? What about your meditation? You are just imitating. You are just pretending that you are meditating. If you have really meditated, nothing of the outside can disturb you. They went and told my uncle that this is how he's saying that we should change someone else to take the responsibility of children. He said, "No, let him do what he is doing." He is giving us a message. He is giving you all a message. Meditation means you are completely withdrawn from the outer environment. Nothing of the outer disturbs you, no thought, nothing whatsoever is happening. And then whole life becomes a benediction. That's why thought process is a benediction, I said in the beginning. The things come and go. But I am in a state of tranquility. That is what the meditation is all about. Nothing disturbs. It's not that there are things which I cannot get disturbed by. But that will be an utter disgrace to my own individuality. Utter disgrace to my own individuality that I am talking about meditation, I am doing this thing and that thing. People consider me a great poster, great meditator, but nothing. All this is just sheer nonsense. If you have really understood the nuance, no thought will bother you. Suddenly you will find the dog is barking and nothing is arising in your mind. What I used to say when the dog is barking, around the enlightened ones, everyone tries to imitate, tries to do their things. So my dogs are doing their sessions. They do not know whether I am meditating or not, but something triggered in them and they start meditating. How does dog meditate? He meditates by barking. That is the way he gives his sermon. So he is giving a sermon. When somebody else is giving the sermon, I just quiet. So nothing is recorded there. I can delete it. And then it happened that there I am not hearing the dogs barking anymore. The dog goes on barking and you go on listening. No thought arises. Small gaps will arise, but they are not to be produced. They come on their own and they vanish on their own. And when they come, they are beautiful. In those small gaps, you start watching the watcher. But that will be natural and spontaneous. Again, thought will arise and you will enjoy it. Go on easily. Take it easy. Awareness will come to you, but it will come indirectly. When I trigger something, and if you are really meditative, you will start enjoying the small gaps that those things bring in you. Go on easily. Take it easy. Awareness will come to you, but it will come indirectly. Watching, enjoying, seeing thoughts taking their turn is as beautiful as seeing the sea with millions of waves arising on its surface. Millions of waves arising on its surface. This too is a sea, and thoughts are waves. Thoughts are waves arising on the inner sky. But people go and enjoy the waves arising on the ocean, but they do not enjoy the waves in their consciousness. Consciousness is the ocean on which the waves arise in the form of thoughts. I teach you to enjoy everything, otherwise we go on finding something or the other to fight with. Ego gets hurt. Someone said something. You cannot see that. What you do? This person has hurt me. I felt really hurt. I felt insulted. I felt this. I felt that. Go on doing that. You stop the association of Buddhas. Association of Buddhas is a very minute things. You have to be moment to moment aware that nothing creeps in your mind, and then you see the beauty happening around you. Enjoy everything, otherwise you go on finding something or the other to fight with. Somebody is fighting with sex, next one is fighting with anger, somebody else is fighting with thinking, and somebody else is finding it very, oh, I am a very spiritual person, but I cannot take on any insult from you. Two different things. And somebody starts fighting with thinking, and somebody starts fighting with emotions, and somebody is fighting with the body. Fighting with emotions when they trigger in you because of a particular circumstance and situation is one of the most common things. But one thing is the same, they all fight. And to fight is to destroy your innerness. When you are fighting with your emotions, with your thoughts, in any form, emotions are thoughts. A particular word is spoken. Word that is spoken is like a piece of a stone thrown in the tranquil water of the ocean of your consciousness. Something is triggered in you. I feel hurt. I feel insulted. I feel very bad. And we feel elated by using these words. We feel elated by using this word. I get hurt. I get hurt. I'm a very this person, but I get hurt. I get insulted. I feel all out. This is all way of fighting with emotions when they arise in you. And to fight is to destroy your innerness, not me. Nothing happens to the one. There is no need to fight love. All fighting energy has to be transformed into love energy. But we destroy that energy into crying this and that, and so it can be done. The talk goes waste. We listen to the talks, but we act contrary to that. We listen to the talk, but we act contrary to that message. And that's where, if you start listening to that message and start going deeper into it, see the process, what happens there. You don't need to do anything else. Nanak says, manne ki gat kahi na jai, je ko kahe piche pastai. Nothing can be said about the speed of the mind. Whosoever says it will have to repent. You watch the mind. पंच परवान पंच प्रधान पंच पावै दरगई मान पंचा का गुरु एक ध्यान. Five पंच प्रधान, the five emotions, five organs of perception, five organs of action, and they constantly impede your serenity. And who is the one that coordinates the activities of these? Is your awareness, your dhyan. The moment your focus goes on that maybe शायद खिज़ां से हो कोई कुछ नई बहार, शायद खिज़ां से हो कोई नई सूरत बहार की, कुछ मसलहत इसी में है मेरे परवरदिगार की. May the autumn bring a new portrayal to spring. May autumn bring a new portrayal to spring. What is the wish of my masters? I know not. Let me flow with it. The moment you start flowing with it, you are in a totally different state of consciousness. Meditation has begun. Benediction has become the way of your life. Start enjoying those small moments, and then the bigger comes on its own. Watching thoughts is really benediction if you understand the process how to watch the thoughts. You go on watching your thoughts, and let me take a time off while you are watching your thoughts. You are watching your thoughts, but I am not watching you now. That is all for this morning. Take care and do have a pleasant day.